Hey everyone, it's Kai from Cool Collectibles back again for another review. This time it's the Super7 Thundercats Ultimates Mumm-Ra. For a place to get all your collectibles, click the link in the description below to head on over to Big Bad Toy Store. They ship worldwide, so definitely check them out. Alright, I just recently did the Lino and Panthro review, so hopefully you can check those out on the channel as well. But the only other figure I got in this first wave was Mumm-Ra, that you see here in his emaciated state. I think the other version that he grows into the more powerful being, I think he's called, from memory, I think it's the Mumm-Ra, the Ever Living or Everlasting or something. That's coming out later in the year, I believe. For packaging wise, just going through quickly the packaging and accessories, same old style, and the logo there, which is quite nice in that embossed logo. And again, it's just a slip cover where you can also display the figure in the nice window there. It comes with this fairly nice cloth cape, so I guess you can swap out the plastic one that is this very soft sort of pliable plastic for this one. I haven't actually worked out yet exactly how I take this off, so I'll probably have to do that in a second. But for the cape itself, it does look a little bit like Little Red Riding Hood. But the sort of lining around the Y here is pretty good, and I think you can hopefully get it into some decent poses. So I'm not sure if, I guess the head might be a little bit, it should fit in there fairly well in that hood, but hopefully none of this stitching starts coming apart. But I'll try that off camera and I'll give you guys a closer look at that in a second. It also comes with his staff here, which is pretty nice. You can sort of see the red eyes and teeth there. There's no sort of paint or anything like that on it, just sort of black sculpted plastic, but overall not too bad. It comes with a different coloured version of the Book of Omens, I think. So nothing too much to write home about there. It comes with, like the other figures, a separate head sculpt, which I think is pretty good. I do like these more dynamic snarling type sculpts that they've included, so I'll definitely be using this one as well. It comes with the Sword of Plunder, I think it is. Doesn't come with any of the extensions or anything like that, but I guess the gold paint application does look pretty good, and I think it is the Sword of Plunder. I'm just going by memory here, as opposed to the Sword of I can't even remember what Lino's sword is called anymore. It's been a long time since I've seen the cartoon. But here's the pendant. Not quite sure what that logo shows, or if it's I can't tell what that is. It looks like just a few black smudges to me, or a blue smudge, so I might have to check into that, exactly what that might have. I can't actually remember that from the cartoon either, and I can't remember this urn from the cartoon either, so I'm assuming they're all in the cartoon, and that's why Super7 have included them. At least the paint up on this urn does look pretty good, and I guess it wouldn't make for a nice background accessory. Also comes with a couple of swap out hands. I guess he could hold the book or the staff fairly easily in that hand, but he does come with a couple of sort of wider holding hands in the figure itself. So the cape itself that you see here, it's very, very soft plastic. There's not too much shading or anything like that. I guess it sort of sits fairly well. So if you want him sort of sitting like that by default, it does do its job fairly well. This might be a bit more for some dynamic poses. I'm not sure how dynamic you can actually get this figure in, to be honest. So I'm just going by the look of these two, I'm thinking I might stick with this one in the display, but I'll try and work out how to get it off, and give you guys a closer look at what he looks like with the fabric cape on. Alright, turns out this was a bit more of a pain in the ass than I thought it was going to be to get this thing off. I realised that the only way to get this off was to pop the head sculpt off. Luckily all of these strands from his mummy state are all very, very soft plastic, because you really need to somehow extend his cloak back and then pop this head sculpt off. And then once you have that off, you can then slide the body out, and it looks pretty much like that. All of the mummy strands, it's a nice sort of dirt wash on it, so it looks pretty good. All of these strands are similarly very soft plastic. Articulation wise, oh, it looks like it's attached as well, so you're probably at least hindered by the length of the strands there, which is, I guess, appropriate. And the legs can sort of spread out a little bit on the bottom there. You've got the single joint on the knee, which doesn't look like it extends too far, so he's not going to be doing any sort of crazy poses or anything. And you do get the usual rocking and tilting action on the ankles. Not too much in the neck there, so there's no articulation in the neck there. So overall, he's going to look pretty static, but I guess that's the whole point of him turning into the other figure. But I'll get this head sculpt on and get the fabric cloak on and give you guys a look at that. Hold on. Alright, so here he is with this fabric cape on, and I have to say it looks pretty good. It doesn't get too caught underneath there with his neck piece there, and it fits his head sculpt pretty nicely. You can sort of futz around with it. You can have it a bit further back if you want, or you can have it sort of hugging his head a little bit more. So overall, not too bad, and thankfully they did include all of the little steel wires in the lining there, so you can have it sort of flaring out as he's doing his magic and so on. So it does look pretty good. It'd be nice if there was a bit of dirt wash or some sort of weathering on it, but overall it's not too bad. If you do want to have him just sort of standing there, it might be better to have it in this particular pose. At least you can really sort of futz this nicely. But overall, I think I'll probably have him standing like this in the display. I'll just quickly get the others out, just for a quick side by side if he doesn't fall over. So he's a little bit shorter than Lino and the others, and I guess you can see pant throat at the back there. So I'm definitely pretty happy with this first wave of figures. I never got the original Mattel releases of these, so I'm definitely glad that Super7 are not changing too many things and giving us a few extra accessories as well. So I'm definitely looking forward to later in the year when Tigra and Chitara come out, and I'll definitely get those as well. I've got those on pre-order at the moment from Big Bad Toy Store. So if you're a fan of the 80s classic cartoon and you're looking at these figures, hopefully you found this quick review useful enough for you to decide if you want to get it for yourself. But I definitely am glad to add this to some of my Motu and Battle of the Planets and Voltron 80s collection as well. So that's pretty much it. I do have my Blitzway Rambo. No, it's not Blitzway. It's a 3-0 Rambo 1/6 scale figure coming in tomorrow. So hopefully you can subscribe and stay tuned for that tomorrow. But until then, thanks again, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Cheers. Bye.